Hello, hello, and welcome to A Woman's Experience podcast. We are live tonight. I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh, okay. Y'all already hit me with the comments letting me know you in the room. You better talk your talk. Welcome. Welcome in the room. It is going to be an amazing broadcast tonight. I'm so excited. So, what you need to do right now, you already know who I am. Okay, well, if you're new, I'm Coach G. Hi. But I need you to share, hit that share button, share us out. If you are in my private group watching, I need for you to go to my personal page, and then share us out. And then all else fail, go over to YouTube, go over to YouTube, go to Jamesia Hall or at Coach J Hall, subscribe, and then click on that link. You'll be able to see the YouTube tonight. Be sure to share us out because this is an important. All of our podcasts are important because there's always the educational piece. But tonight it's about domestic violence awareness. I have some amazing ladies who are going to join us tonight. So I just need you to get here. Get on in the room. Get on in the room. I hope you had an amazing day since we last seen each other when we had our amazing guest last time. I hope you have had an amazing previous month. I hope it's been great. We are coming to the close of the year. Can you believe it? It was like, if you're a business owner, it was like first quarter, second quarter, third. Whoa, we in fourth quarter type thing. But hey, we're here. We're gonna finish strong, and I'm excited about it. So I ain't gonna keep my ladies waiting, because why? They over there packed and ready, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get them on. So be sure to greet them. I have tonight our amazing Andréa Williams. She is the owner of Silhouettes Firearms Training. She is going to be one of our special guests tonight. So please welcome her in the room. And then we also have Dr. Joy Allen, who is also in the room. Dr. Joy Allen, say the name of your business because I don't want to mess it up.
E3 Personal Defense and Inner Peace.
There you go. There it go. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. I'm so excited that you are here. I'm so excited you are here. I cannot say enough. We have some ladies who have been waiting to talk to you guys. They have been waiting to get into this room to just hear what you have to share. And we have some ladies who have experienced domestic violence themselves, who, they need to be able to hear from other viewers, because there's going to be other ladies on here who shared that experience and they was victorious in getting out of the situation. And so they need to know they are not the only ones in this fight, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
We have somebody say, hey, ladies. They're saying hey to y'all.
Hey.
I'm excited. So I say sis, because guess what, y'all? This is what y'all didn't know. I'm part of this amazing organization called the Order of the Eastern Star. And I found out tonight that Andréa Williams is also my sister, aka PHA family. So I want her to introduce herself. And then we will also introduce Dr. Joy Allen. And so tell us, you remember I said, talk your talk, sis. Tell us about what you do.
Well, first of all, thank you, Coach Jay, for allowing me to be here in this beautiful space. And hey, Joy. Hey, girl. Again, my name is Andréa Williams. First and foremost, I am a wife, a mother, a sister, a daughter, a grandmother, and a good auntie and a dope friend. So those
Okay.
are my roles, okay? But I am also the owner of Silhouettes Firearms Training, which is located in Spring Lake, North Carolina. I do serve as a personal safety consultant, and that means that I am rebranding myself, and I am a certified NRA and USCCA firearms
Woo,
instructor,
awesome.
as well as a USCCA training counselor. I am also an NRA range safety officer. Also, I am certified for the Civilian Personal Safety Academy instructor, which is through SABRE, which is pepper spray. So that allows me to teach that course for our civilians. And last but not least, I am the executive director for Blazing Beauty's nonprofit organization, which has been established since 2015. And our mission is to empower women and girls.
That's awesome. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Hello. Did y'all hear that credentials? Did you hear what she had to say about all the things that she is trained and equipped to teach the community of women who are interested in protecting themselves, not only protecting themselves with firearms, but also with pepper spray, and just being able to be the advocate for her and teaching her all the things. So thank you, Andrea, for
Thank you.
being on tonight. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming out of Spring Lake, North Carolina. Anybody that don't know where Spring Lake, North Carolina, that's around about
Fayetteville.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
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 Fayetteville and Fort Liberty areas.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So you guys who are watching, show her some love, drop some hearts, and say, welcome, Andrea. Welcome, 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 welcome. Now, I also want to make sure Dr. Joy Allen has her time to let the people know what she is equipped and specialized, what she specializes in for the community. Now, I say for women because this is a woman's platform, but these ladies can help men and women. Let me put that out there, but that'll be the last time I say anything about a man. Okay. Dr. Joy Allen, could you please introduce yourself?
Of course, it is such a pleasure and an honor to be here. So thank you for having me. It's good to see you again. It's been a little while. I don't know what to say other than, I just love people. And I am a wife as well, a mother. In terms of my firearms experience, I'm trained, of course, to train other trainers with the NRA as well as the USCCA. So I'm a certified training counselor. I also am certified as an RSO with the NRA as well as the USCCA. I also have credentials with NAGA to be a firearms instructor as well as range master also. So I've completed that certification. I also am an IFSA certified instructor, which basically pretty much means that I can testify for any types of crimes that are including firearms. And so I like guns. We'll put it that way. I'll leave it short. At the end of the day, though, I just want people to remember, you can look up my credentials online. I care about people. I've been a pastor for years, and that is what has driven me to this point, just to see people empowered, to see people understand that they are worth defending. And then ultimately that landed me here, the owner of E3 Personal Defense, as well as Inner Peace Lady Shooting Clubs, which both of you have been a part of. And I'm so thankful for that opportunity as well.
I'm grateful for it too. I am grateful for it too. So that I feel like okay, I thought you had frozen up on me. I'm sorry. I am grateful for Inner Peace. I learned so much in her piece. Let me say it right. I learned so much with that organization, and I'm grateful for you being the founder of that. I got some education. Now, my crazy thing, I got tickled because Andrea, when you said pepper spray, I'm just like, I hold my everyday carry all day, but don't give me no pepper spray. I don't want it. I don't want it. But I just, yeah. That's me. That's me. But ladies, I'm so grateful that you're here. Now, okay, viewers, y'all see what I'm talking about? Society. They know they are educated. So before you come up here, beloved, say something that might be like, well, we stacked in education tonight on this platform. All right. So I wanted to get on here, and if you have any questions, any viewers, if you have any questions, be sure to drop down. We are answering questions tonight. Also, be sure to share it out, because there is some woman somewhere who needs to hear what is going to be said tonight. Okay. Okay. Well, you get you one. Okay.
Get some training with it, though. Get some training.
So,
That's right.
what'd you say?
Get some training with that gun.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Before you get you one. All right. So tonight, I wanted to make sure that we talk about hold on. What did I do? We talking about domestic violence awareness tonight. That is part of what we're going to be sharing. And because of that, I wanted to make sure that this was going across the screen. Now, this is something that you can Google. You don't even, if you're in a situation, in a domestic violence situation, and you are not able to call, right? You can text. You can text out. And all you have to do is Google domestic violence, and that comes up first whenever you Google that. Know that there's help out here. Know that there's resources out here. Know that protection, there's a community of women who have been through this situation that are ready to help you. Their ultimate goal and their purpose in life is to help the woman who has been through what they've been through. Okay. So I wanted to make sure, and that's going to go across the screen during this broadcast. So I wanted to share some not fun facts, but some facts. Okay. I wanted to share some facts about domestic violence, because, we want people to understand that this is real. This ain't nothing that we just making up. This is not anything that it ain't that serious type of situation. It's not anything where you could just say, well, maybe it'll get better type. If you feel like you need help, get the help. You are worthy of the help. So here's some facts that that I was able to come across, that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men in the United States experience some form of physical violence. So anybody who is viewing the screen tonight, 1 in 3 of us has experienced some type of physical violence. And that is a huge number when you think of, if you go to church and you have 1 in 3, 1 in 3, and 1 in 3, if you at work and you're 1 in 3, 1 in 3, and 1 in 3, that is a huge number of people who you greet and you just be like, oh, she ain't had to act like that. You don't know why she acting this way. You don't know what she experienced before she walked out of her door the morning prior to. Do you guys want to add to that?
I agree. I think, honestly, it's more than that. Those are just the reported numbers.
Right.
We live in a culture, especially those of us who are Black and brown, we live in a culture where many of us are just one generation away from the old saying that what happens behind closed doors stays in the house, And so I would venture to say that many more of us have experienced violence in some fashion, and it's something we need to talk about so that we can overcome it.
Absolutely. Andrea, you wanted to share?
I agree with everything that has been said. And I think that sometimes we tend to think about the boogeyman that's under the bed, but we should be very aware of the boogeyman that we lay beside, as well as the boogeyman that may be inside of the household, because domestic violence is about the domestic area, the family. So I would
Absolutely.
like for people to start to understand more about the family unit and the
Yeah.
abuses that happen within the family unit, not just with the intimate partner.
Right. Right. It's so because it's domestic for a reason. It's the person that you know, the person that you love. I remember when I was growing up, my granddaddy said something to me, and he was just like, "All right, be careful because the person that you court, they one way, but once they get you, where they feel like they got you, there'll be a whole nother side of them." I was just like, "What are you talking about, granddaddy?" But he knew. He knew. He definitely knew. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
so
you.
that person is joining us from Twitch. So thank you so much. All right. And so it says that every minute there is 15 calls to that domestic violence hotline that someone has been abused, whether it's a man, it's a woman, every minute. We've been on here for 17 minutes, right? And so every minute, 15 people have called in needing help and seeking help. So this is why we take this so strongly. This is why it's so important for um, people to be educated. Is there any other information that you guys want to share about domestic violence?
I'll just share quickly. This is the reason that we do what we do. I always say this, and I sound like a broken record, but I believe it in my heart. What we do is not about guns, it is about building confidence. And the reason that domestic violence exists is because there's something inside of people that makes us feel at that moment that this is all we're worth, right? And so if we can build confidence in young ladies before they get to the point that they're courting, before they're dating, then they'll
Absolutely.
understand that when something goes wrong, this is not what I deserve. I deserve better. In most cases, domestic violence is progressive. So it starts out, with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it gets worse as time moves on. If
Right.
we have confidence instilled from the beginning and know our worth from the beginning, that first sign will be enough for us to walk away. And so I just want to reiterate that we really want to get to a preventative mindset. I know this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but when we're aware, that means it's already happened. We want to be in the business of preventing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. And we really have to become a culture that is proactive instead of reactive. And so that definitely speaks to providing those preventative measures and putting those things in place, starting with our girls, but
Mhm.
also making sure that we are taking care of the women, the boys, the men as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Confidence is key because if her confidence is where it needs to be, she won't sit there and be like, "Oh, but he loves me." She won't sit there and be like, "My man, my man, my man." She won't sit there and be like, and I'm gonna stick beside him type thing while she has, the bruises or the marks on her. She is gonna definitely understand there is more for her. And be in her peace. Okay. For sure. For sure. Be in her peace. Thank you for
Yes.
thank you for that. Tiffany says, I love that, Miss Allen. Well said. Confidence instilled from the beginning is key. It definitely is key. Thank you for joining, Shawana. Mika Nicole says, my God, confidence is key. And that's not something that, young ladies always have. You can go with back in the day, mommy, I'm tired. Mommy, the girl, you don't know what tired is, or mommy, such and such hit me. Well, what did you do? It's an automatic trend turning it around back on her as if she was the reason why she got hit type thing. And then that goes all in her life in generations to generations. And then that type of question is asked. So it's not about the firearms.
That's
Mm-mm.
right.
It's It's not about the firearms, but I definitely have my firearm. I just want everybody- I
You
have
gotta
my
have your tool.
Say that again.
You gotta have your tool. You gotta have
You
your tool.
You have to have your tools. And I know, and this is why I'm so grateful for y'all. You know, you're going to say the proper words while I'm just going to be like, girl, I got mine every day. Every try me if you like. Y'all are going to be like, yes, I have the proper tools to properly protect myself. I know. Pull me back in, okay? Pull me back in.
I love it.
Let's just say, someone says, I see a comment somewhere. Okay, yep. She says it's about the one using it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you better make sure you have the education to, behind before using it. And just like for me, and just like I said, anybody who has questions, please ask. So let's go into protecting ourselves and preventing the abuse. With having the tools, right? Because I'm already learning. I'm already having the proper tools to make sure you're not in a situation where you're killed. Because at the end of the day, domestic violence it could be your person, your spouse, your significant other who enraged done, killed you, killed the children. We see a lot of situations like that where they're killing family members inside the family and then killing themselves, type thing. So we want to talk about protection. We'll talk about, what is the reason why people should have the tools for protection. Let's start there.
First, let me say the tool or tools that you use are very personal. I have chosen a firearm. Those of us on this line have chosen a firearm, but there are other options. So I do want to stress that. And you do need, even if you have a firearm, you must have something between harsh words and a gun. So for me, that something is pepper spray. That's what I'm comfortable with. For some, it might be a stun gun. I will say, because we're discussing domestic violence in particular, most gun deaths every year come from suicide. That's what sometimes the statistics will not tell us. But second to that are domestic situations. And the reason I want to share that is not to scare anyone, but so that we can be sober. Just because someone is in a domestic violence situation does not mean a gun is the answer. Unfortunately, many of those deaths, usually they are women, happen because a woman has purchased a gun and did not know how to use it or was overpowered, and the firearm she purchased is used against her. So I just want us to be sober about that. There are certain situations where a gun may not be the best option, especially if you are still cohabiting with someone who might be abusing you. So again, reach out to that hotline, make sure you use your resources. Now, if someone chooses to have a firearm, the reason to have it is basically to make you equal, and I'm speaking specifically here to women. I cannot, if I had to fight my husband, and thank goodness he's a wonderful man, but if I had to fight him, I would lose. He's 6'2", he's a big guy. I'm not going to be able to take him down. But if someone of his stature approaches me and I have a 9mm, all of a sudden I have a fair fight. And so that's what this is really about. This country has never won a victory at all in history without firearms. And so for us to think that we can do so is just not being realistic in the time and the era that we live.
That's right. And I do want to say that before we get into self-protection, we need to have a serious discussion about self-evaluation. Everyone needs to really be honest about who they are, what their situations are, and make the best determination about the tools. As Dr. Allen stated, not every situation requires a firearm. It is a personal decision, but it is something that it needs great consideration because it is such a huge responsibility. And even though a person would have a tool for self-protection. As stated earlier, we do know that there are instances in which that tool has been hijacked from that person to protect themselves and then used against them. And so we definitely have to have a self-evaluation about our own situations, our own mindsets, our own spirits of where we are, and really be honest with ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you need to be able to remember how to properly use whatever tool you decide to use in that situation. And so that is very key. And I'm grateful that you brought that to our attention, Andrea. We do have a question. Now, although I said it in the beginning, we all about women, this young man does have a very good question that I want to add to the discussion. He says, I have a question if possible. A lot of time when it comes to domestic violence with women, I notice that the men in the victim's life usually respond with violence or aggression towards the act as a way of support. Do you guys have any advice for the men out there looking for a better or more comforting way to support a loved one dealing with domestic violence? I thought that was a very good question because for one, um, kudos to you for trying to be the support system and being there and being present. Um, Even if it's not you in a specific situation, kudos to you. My opinion, and I want everybody to share, what are your thoughts on? Um, I think it's maybe per person. What does that person in that domestic situation need? Um, don't focus on the aggressor. Focus on the victim and what that person needs versus focusing solely. So if you go into the situation focusing on the victim, what are they saying? What do they need from you? And being that support for them, take the aggressor out of the situation, out of the scenario. You totally be present for the victim. That's my opinion. And I know it is automatic. You did what to my little sister? I'm gonna show you how to handle. It's an automatic response. I get it, but try to go in focusing on the victim in the situation. Do you guys want to add to that?
I would. I think that it is, as I said earlier, we have to be honest with ourselves and we have to be honest about situations. A lot of times in domestic violence situations, the victim returns back to the person who is abusing them. And so it is a very complicated situation. And so even though the question seems very simple, it does have complexities with it.
Absolutely.
So I would like to think of someone who's dealing with addiction, because that is something that I am familiar with. And when it comes to addiction, even if we see someone who we loved and we're pushing for, we're fighting for, we're advocating for, and we want them to be sober, we want them to be clean, well, we can want that, but if that person doesn't want that for themselves, then we are not being helpful at all.
Yep.
And so it is the same for a situation in which there is abuse, but the victim is continuing to go back to the abuser.
Yeah.
And certainly it goes back to the statement about building confidence.
Yep.
What we know about victims is that there is no confidence. There is no confidence to face the world and to face that adversity. And hey, I'm just comfortable in the situation I know. I'm okay with the devil that I know versus the devil that I don't know. Very complicated answer for me to answer because it is complex. I think it depends. I would love to say meet people where they are at, but I will also say you want to ensure your own safety when you're trying to be a
Absolutely.
safety net or a support system for someone who is dealing with an abuser. Because also what we see in domestic violence situations is the abuser decides to take out everybody, including the friend or the family member who just came to help, who
Yep.
just came to support. That is also a real thing that occurs. So I would just say you make the decision to be the safety net, but be careful.
Absolutely.
You make sure that you are safe at all times.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I would add just we have to be mindful that domestic violence, even when there's a physical aspect, is also about control. And so domestic violence victims have a mental concern that we need to be mindful of. Someone has taken over their mindset and convinced them not only that they're not worth more, but in many cases that they can't have any money, or maybe that they won't be able to do better and find another partner, or they won't live if they leave. There's so much that's complex there. And so I agree with everything that's been said. And I would just encourage those who are trying to help to try not to get frustrated. I know it's very frustrating when you're trying to help someone, and like Andrea said, they go back to the abuser or they turn against the one who's trying to help. That is because that person who's being abused has been suppressed mentally and emotionally. It's not just about the physicality. And so if we can remember that, I think it would help us to be a bit more compassionate. I would also say just use the resources. There are so many people out here. I'm not one of them. My doctorate is not in psychology, but there are so many people out here who are skilled, who are learned, who have practiced all types of different interventions. Use the resources. We've got to stop just trying to keep things in our own business, our own family. We've got to stop just trying to talk to friends.
Absolutely.
Please use the resources. They work. And then cooperate. Do what you are told by those resources, because someone's life might depend on it, even if it seems silly. Just a few days ago, we had a test of an emergency broadcast system, and there was a panic among domestic violence victims who are in transition, trying to get away from their abuser, because we all know that one of the first things they're given is a secret mobile phone, things that the rest of us would never think about. We need to just be mindful that there are many, many layers, as you both alluded, and we want to work with the professionals and follow those instructions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when what would be your advice to a young woman who is in a domestic situation? And like you said before, Dr. Allen, we need to level the playing field, right? If she's not where she needs to be mentally, far as the confidence, but she needs to protect herself and even protect the children of the house, because she isn't the only one experiencing the abuse. So are the children. And so if she decided, hey, I need to protect myself, I need to get me some tools, what would you suggest to someone who came to you in that situation? How to move forward, far as leveling the playing field, as you said before.
As much as I love guns, sis, I would never recommend someone who's in an actively abusive situation purchase a firearm. If they came to me, I'm going to take them to a resource. I will be there as a support. I'll be there as a listening ear. I'll be there as a spiritual mentor and guide. But I'm going to get them professional support first. And then at the point where we know that there is a plan, should that plan include a firearm or anything else, then I would be able to support in that area. But I do want to be very cautious. I would never, under any circumstance, recommend a firearm to someone who's in an active situation, who has not yet undergone extensive counseling, and who is not yet being guided by a professional to get out of the situation.
Absolutely. Gotcha.
Yes. And I take that same sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
It's too dangerous. And we've just explained just the incidents that we're aware of where someone may have a firearm to protect themselves, and that thing has been hijacked from them and used against them and their children. So I definitely feel that it is important for us, even as instructors, as training counselors, to know the community resources, know them well, and be able to redirect people to those resources so that they can get the proper assistance that they need to develop a foundation for themselves, a new foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Basically, I'm hearing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and it really is about creating a plan. It has to be about developing a plan. And in those plans, it isn't just developing a plan for the new situation. It is also developing a plan for when you're out. What if you
Mm-hmm.
see your abuser?
Mm-hmm.
Are there certain words that you and your children will be able to use? Where is the rally point? It is so much to that. And I also want to be clear that yes, we are speaking to tools being the firearms. We are speaking to tools being the pepper spray, the stun guns, if that's your choice. But guess what? The first tool that you have for yourself is your voice. You have to
Yep.
use your voice. The other tool that you
Absolutely.
have that is right on your person, it's your eyes. It is about the situational awareness. And so we really have to develop the tools that are already within us. It is on us. It is within us to use those tools so that we're able to make better decisions for ourselves and
Mm-hmm.
have very solid plans in order to protect ourselves. Our best assets is
Mm-hmm.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, but that is just exactly what I was about to say. It's all about having a plan. And you may think, and I we need the ladies to understand no plan is too small, no plan is too big. You just have to create the plan. You
Yes.
have to get in a place where you know, hey, when this happens, this is what I'm going to do to use my voice and be able to move forward where it won't happen to me and take back your power. Taking back your power starts with your voice. And then once you understand your voice, however it sounds, you understand just how much confident you are and worthy you are to be able to say, I'm using my plan. Don't give up on the plan. If it looks like, hey, the plan is not working exactly how I want it to, adjust the plan.
That's
Never
right.
give up on the plan.
Because
Always
there's
adjust the
plan
plan.
A, there's plan B, there's plan C. Guess what? You have a whole alphabet, sis. Go through that.
And start
And
over.
it's okay. It's okay to adjust. It's okay to start over, but
Mm-hmm.
keep going. That's the bottom
Absolutely.
line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So then now we have the young lady. She is being able to get out of the situation. She's victorious in this situation. She's done what she needed to do to gain her confidence. She's done what she needed to do to execute the plan. But now she's in a place where she don't want to go back to being in that type of situation anymore. She understands her mental health clarity. She has the clarity that she needs. She is in a place where she is thriving throughout life, right? But now she's also in this place where um let me just go ahead and put a tool in place, right? If she decides that she wants to put a tool in place, whether it is the pepper spray, the stun gun, whatever it may be, Let's just go here. Say firearm because that's what we. If it's the firearm, right?
Mhm.
She needs to understand what first before making that decision that it's a firearm, what to do, all of those things. Please explain that to our ladies. Please explain that because it ain't
Some
just
people,
about. I will let me throw this out. It is not about looking on Facebook and seeing that cute Tiffany gun that's in turquoise and silver and thinking,
You
"Oh, I
better
want that
say that.
gun," and going to
Mhm.
the gun store and saying, "I want that one." It's not about that. Let me just. Now, I know enough about to know. Don't do that, sis. Now they're gonna follow up and tell you why.
my answer to that question is probably not what people want to hear.
Okay.
You might think that training is the first thing. I think training is the second thing. First,
Okay.
I would say to my sisters, get in shape. There is no point in having pepper spray, a gun, or anything else. If you cannot run, because here's the thing, when you're in a situation where you have to defend your life, your heart rate is going up, you know all types of things are happening. It is embarrassing the number of women of color who die because they saved their own life, just because their body could not handle it. We tend to be, as a culture, we think about fighting before we think about just surviving and taking care of these bodies. Get in
Talk about
shape.
it.
And when I say get in shape, I'm talking about spiritually. You need to be at peace. You need to be mentally, physically fit, mentally and physically. You need to be emotionally sound. And then you need to get training. And so I really stress that there are a lot of sick people who have
I like that.
guns, and I pray they never have to use them, because to be honest, they wouldn't be able to. Even with all the skill and with all the training, they would not be able to if there's angst about your spirituality, if you're not in shape. So we don't talk about that. We don't have a book about that, but it's the truth.
Is it coming, Dr. Allen?
You know,
Because that was good. That was real good because it's important to have the mental clarity and be physically fit. And then also know how to use your gun, not just going to the candy store and thinking I'm gonna pick this one up and that now I'm protected. So I feel like that's really, really, really good that what you just shared. That was a good nugget to share.
And I certainly want to say that it is something that is overlooked because right now it's like the trend is to take pictures with the firearms and, oh, I look so cool, and you are not whole. You are using those pictures with your firearms and things to fill in voids, and it's not a good filler. This isn't a trend. You aren't a trend. And so
and you can tell them they're not holding it right.
well, something that I have learned is about incorporating the whole person. So that is your physical self, your spiritual self, your mental self, and making sure that the students and clients know that all of these things matter.
Absolutely.
And it is a part of the training. So you get the firearms training, but we don't speak enough about maybe the fight that can occur in a situation where you may have to defend yourself. Are you able to endure the fight?
That's
And
good.
a lot of times than not, people are not able to endure the fight. People aren't even able to endure the flight. If it is time to run away from a situation, you can't even run fast enough, and that is problematic. So
Yeah.
I do believe the same thing that Dr. Allen has said. We have to look at the whole person. And this is something that needs to come off of our tongues every day, because the whole person matters. It isn't just the portion of the person who is using a gun.
Right.
Lots of people have guns that shouldn't have guns at all, and they don't have the training to have
Right.
it, okay? But they're not even looking at that spiritual, mental, emotional person.
Absolutely. Somebody commented and said, I'm doing all of that and getting my gun.
Good. Get it.
Get it. Lord, know how to use it, but get it. Someone, let's see, say, thank you, ladies. You are helping me today. But that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you get the proper, you got to be whole. And you know what? You got to be whole in a lot of areas. So that's definitely, I'm grateful that you guys shared that about being, you know, fit. Fit. I was sitting here trying to think of the acronym for that, but I'm Dr. Allen. I think you probably already got it over there because, honey, that is a book. Y'all hear us on this broadcast. Dr. Allen just dropped this book. But I'm sure that's something. Can y'all hear me? That's something that. Okay, good. Um, that is very important. The whole, being totally whole. So I am grateful the fact that she is victorious, and then she gets to this place, and when she is ready to purchase this firearm, but it's great that you have instructors like you two who are able to share what is needed. That goes along with purchasing this firearm. Because like I've shared before, I used to be the girl that I didn't even want a firearm in the room with me. I didn't want it to look at it. I was fearful that if it was around, granddaddy shotgun sitting over there at the closet door type thing, you knew not to touch it, but you know, it was a thing like, what? Why did granddaddy got a shotgun in the closet, type of thing. So I'm grateful for instructors like you and you, Dr. Allen, who have showed me and taught me, hey, there's ways to handle this tool. You just can't be really in. And I'll sit there and I see people on TV and I'm just like, well, why they holding their gun sideways like that? What are they doing? Prior to getting a firearm, I was just like, oh, look at them. They about to shoot for real. They got the lean going on. Now that I've been educated on it, I'm just like, what are they doing? What are they even aiming at? Type. But is there anything else you guys would love to share? I'm so grateful for you guys being on here tonight. Is there anything else you would like to share? How can the community contact you? I do know you do training. Someone can contact you for training, educational classes that you provide. Please, please, please share that. But before you do that, if there's anything else that you want the community to know when in regards to domestic violence, and being trained with any tool, is there anything you would like for our audience to know? Please share.
I'll say this. Everybody knows someone. That is one of the taglines that's currently used by the NN. I think it's ABD. But it's true. Everybody knows somebody. So just be mindful, keep your eyes open, and please say something. Be mindful of who you say it to so you don't put anyone in danger, but please say something. No one is beyond being helped. Many times people don't have their voice. So everybody knows somebody. If you see something wrong, say something. That would be my ask for tonight.
Absolutely. And then Dr. Allen, how can someone contact you for, training or education? How can they contact you? Could you share that, please? And where are you located? I'm not sure if we shared your location earlier.
Sure. So I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. We service all of the state and actually travel outside the state as well, but mainly in Raleigh, North Carolina. You can reach us online at www.e3personaldefense.com or just call, and you can, basically the numbers on the website. I won't give all that information. Socials, everything on the website. And then, of course, if the ladies are interested in the gun club, that's at www.innerpeace, that's INHERPIECE.com or innerpeace.org.
Thank you. And Andrea, could you please let us know more about your business and how ladies can contact you. But before that, if there's anything else you would love to share with the audience tonight, please do so.
So I just want to thank you again for this opportunity, Coach Jay. I want to let everyone know that it's very important that each of you know that you are not alone. And that journey, it's so heartbreaking. It may seem like you are alone. It may seem like you just cannot make things come together. You are not alone. You are not alone in this. And keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. No matter what, no matter the difficulty, no matter the challenges, and use the resources that are out there for you.
Absolutely.
My business is Silhouettes Firearms Training. We are located in Spring Lake, North Carolina, but we welcome everybody. My website is www.silhouettesnc for North Carolina.com, silhouettesnc.com, and we're on Facebook and Instagram. And please like and follow and share our information.
Absolutely. I am going to do a post with all your websites so that they can find you guys. Because I do know we have some ladies who were already asking about you before we even had the broadcast tonight. So I'm grateful for both of you joining us tonight. And I just only want the ladies to understand that love should not hurt. Love should not have you somewhere crying, not knowing if you're going to be able to make it through the night because they want to hurt and abuse you. Love should not, that is not okay. And it's possible in your mind you have accepted it as if it's okay because on the other side of their rage, they tell you how much they love you. They tell you how much they need you. They show you tears as if they really do care. But you need to understand that love does not hurt. You are amazing. You were uniquely made. You are wonderful. You are a superwoman. You are even you're strong even in your weakest place because you still make it to another day even through the abuse. So please understand that. Please reach out. Honey, I will find the resources to get you where you need to be.
Hmm.
And I know Andrea and Dr. Allen would Miss Williams and Dr. Allen would do the same by getting you the resources. If you reach out to them, if all else fail, go to Google. You will find the information there. The number is at the bottom. There is resources. There are women, again, who have been through what you've been through, who have created platforms to help you. They created their platforms with you in mind. So be encouraged to know that there is help for you. Domestic violence awareness is 1 month, but there are women out here who is here to help you every day of the year. Okay. Every single day there's resources. And so I know this was a place of, we have to be mindful of the woman helping, making sure she has the resources, making sure she know that, we love her, God loves her. But we also need to let her know that there are tools out here, honey.
Yes, yes, yes.
I came from a place of we have the educators, we have the trainers up here, but let me tell you, put the heat where it need to be, okay? I never say that, but I say properly. Just know properly how to use it, but do what you got to do to protect yourself, sis. Okay? Okay.
Right.
But I thank you guys so much. One of you said, "Thank you, ladies. You're doing amazing. Keep God first and stay safe." Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. They said you all are amazing. Thank you so very much. Thank you guys for rocking with us tonight. Thank you so much. I am going to share on my social media platforms their links, their websites. Go to the website, see what they offer. Okay. To contact them. There is a whole community of ladies. You seeing us up here tonight, but you would be shocked as the community of ladies who have their tools, who are educated in this, and they ain't gonna look like who you think that you would expect. Oh yeah, she carried. Nah, no. Huh. Mother Williams sitting over there in the mother corner. You better know she got something in her pocketbook. So be oh sorry. Y'all so ye ready? What is that?
Be all ready.
That's right.
Be ready. Okay, so you'll have to get ready. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ladies. I'm so grateful for you guys coming on. Hopefully, if you do some type of training, webinars, which that's something that you do, but if you do anything up and coming, let me know. I will be glad to share it on my platform as well. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm grateful for you both.
Thank you for having us. It was a blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi. Thank you, everybody that's part of the Woman Experience Society. See you guys back here on the 25th, where we talk about hormones and mental health and how that plays into each other with our amazing Dr. Prince. She will be back on the 25th. So be back with us. It's all about laughter. It's all about being, sharing, but it's also about the education. And that's what we do here at Women's Experience. So see you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.